into the air in 1946. The MiG-15 is 70 years old this year, making its maiden flight in December 1947. German's years, one needs to remember that at that time, 1946-47, the Cold War hostilities that were later to develop between the West and the USSR had not fully broken out. One might take the start of the Berlin airlift in 1948, following the Soviet blockade of that city. It was desperately in need of money, being pretty much broke after World War II, so the first combat by MiG-15 was in 1950, towards the end of the Chinese Civil War, in which the Chinese communists were receiving Soviet assistance in their fight against the nationalist side. A division of MiG-15 BIS were deployed, and the first aerial victory was scored against a rather unlikely opponent, the nationalist P-38 Lightning. It was in the Korean War of 1950-53 that this aircraft won its spurs. Soviet and Chinese pilots flew them as well as North Koreans. A very effective tactic was developed whereby the MiG-15s would wait at altitude in large groups and then split to pounce from all directions on the aircraft of the United Nations forces. It was against an F-51 Mustang. The first MiG-15 combat victory in Korea was scored in November 1950, and later the same day, the first ever kill of a jet on another jet in history. MiG-15 down the Lockheed F-18C shooting star of the US Air Force. Soon the American attacks were suspended in the face of that threat in favour of nighttime raids. But at lower levels, the Sabre had the edge, and the US pilots were more experienced. Many of them had fought in the Second World War. That helped to turn the tide to some extent, and that was exacerbated when later model MiG-15s became, or F-86s I should say, became available to counter the MiG-15s. Throughout the rest of the Cold War, after the Korean War ended in 1953, there were occasional confrontations with Western aircraft around the fringes of USSR and communist territory. When a Soviet MiG-15 shot down a Douglas DC-3 of the Swedish Air Force. It was engaged, albeit this wasn't revealed by the Swedes for many years down to it. It became known as the Catalina affair, to try and deflect attention away from the fact that the Swedes had been snooping with that DC-3. RAF aircraft also, very occasionally, found themselves on the other end of the MiG-15's guns in 1953. An Avro Lincoln engaged in a training sortie down the air corridors linking the Federal Republic of Germany to Berlin, straight outside the corridors, and was shot down by MiG-15s. And Egyptian examples were flown in the 1956 Suez Crisis against Israeli and RAF aircraft. A design absolutely synonymous with the Warsaw Pact Air Forces of the Cold War. Built under license by Avia in Czechoslovakia. As here by WSK-Mielec in Poland, and by Shenyang in China, albeit as a two-seater. This one's a two-seater. Dating from 1952, served with the Polish Air Force until 1990, when it was sold to a private owner in the USA, based in Washington State. And the markings on this one are those of a MiG-15 flown by the Soviet cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin. This aircraft owned by the Norwegian Air Force Historical Squadron. And the reason the Gagarin last task coming up. Force Historical Squadron also operate a pair of decoupled vampires. We saw them flying with the MiG at the September show last year, and hopefully we'll do so again this September. Regular contributors. So in over the threshold to touchdown, Norwegian Air Force Historical Squadron MiG-15UTI, which will be living in Duxford this display season. Between its commitments, Kenneth Borkvisla, the boss and founder of the Historical Squadron, at the controls.